4 stages of your journey as a property investor. Hi, I'm Jacques Fouchier, founder of IGrow Wealth Investments, South Africa's #1 real estate investment group. And the way that you become financially free through investing in property, and specifically buy-to-let property, is by strategically going through these 4 stages in your investment career as a property investor. Stage 1, the accumulation phase. Focus on building an asset base. Now, the truth is that very few property investors realize how important it is to focus on building an asset base first. Assets will make you rich, not income. So your focus must be on buying high capital growth properties that are situated in high growth nodes. Remember that our ultimate goal as buy-to-let investors is to achieve passive income. Now, I'm going to show you exactly how to strategically plan for substantial passive income at retirement by going through these 4 stages during your career. So, how do you build your assets? By buying high growth properties that creates capital growth. The capital growth in turn creates the equity, and the equity creates the passive income, and the passive income will allow you to become financially free. Now, smart and savvy investors know that they need to create capital or equity and later convert that capital to cash flow, namely passive income, as they move towards their retirement. Now, you can also see one of my other videos that I've created on and where I explain my R principle of investing in real estate and effectively how you can then build your property portfolio tax-free until retirement. I've said it so many times. You cannot save your way to wealth with income, but you can grow your way to wealth through investing in high capital growth assets. So your first objective should be to build up a high growth property portfolio consisting of A-grade investment properties. Buy where the disposable income of tenants are adequate to justify rental increases and where salaries are rising faster than in other areas because of the demographics that influence affordability and the aspiration of the tenants and owner-occupiers driving the demand in the specific area. Now, demand, as you know, creates growth, and growth will ultimately make you money. Now, during the asset accumulation phase, this phase can take anywhere between 7 to 15 years, depending on many factors, and at least 1 or 2, and sometimes even 3 property cycles. Now, during this phase, your aim should be to build your property portfolio tax-free until you retire, and not worry about earning an income over the short or even the medium term. Now, income or profit is taxable, but capital growth is tax-free. Beautiful. So, there are 2 primary factors that determines an A-grade investment property, and let me share with you what they are for me. Number 1, I look for a property that outperforms the market in terms of capital growth and rental income because of the location's proven track record. Number 2, a property that is affordable and also offers quality security for my tenants, and also situated in suburbs where owner-occupiers and tenants want to live. Now, I choose suburbs where there is population growth and where there is public transport, where there's schools, shopping malls, hospitals, sports fields, etc. I often hear inexperienced investors say, "Jacques, I won't live there, so I won't buy there." But you don't buy where you would like to live or what you like. You buy what your tenants like and where they want to live. Successful investors see their tenants as clients and their property portfolio as a business. So generally, we target suburbs with their own economy, where there are multiple economic drivers within the suburb and within the province that you choose to invest in. So I prefer suburbs closer to the major central business district of our major provinces. So how do you do or go on to effectively building your asset base and doing it tax-free until retirement? Well, by implementing my R principle of investment strategy. Number 1, it's retain your asset, don't sell it. Refinance your asset, unlock the equity, and reinvest the equity and roll it over tax-free into the deposits, shortfalls, acquisition costs of more assets that you buy. Now, this way, you can build your property portfolio completely tax-free until the day that you retire. Now, once you have accumulated sufficient assets, through applied leverage, compounding, refinancing, and tax-efficient investing, your net asset value will be substantial enough for you to then transition to the next stage of your property investment journey. Stage 2, the consolidation phase. Now, during the consolidation phase, you need to lower your loan-to-value ratio within your property portfolio, and this is to reduce your risk and your debt levels, which in turn will increase your cash flow. Now, here are 4 things that you can do to reduce your loan-to-value ratio and also effectively increase your cash flow during the consolidation phase. Number 1, do not add any more properties to your existing asset base. Your loan-to-value ratio will then naturally reduce as the capital growth in your property portfolio increases the equity and the value of your property portfolio. Number 2, when your retirement savings and products mature, many of the IGrow investors are currently using their pension fund money, their provident fund payout, a retirement annuity lump sum, or any alternative investment product to pay into their property investment portfolios to subsequently reduce their loan-to-value ratios and increase their cash flow. Number 3, consider selling some of your properties to reduce your total bond debt, your exposure, and your loan-to-value ratio, and again, you'll increase your cash flow. Number 4, you can also use extra cash bonuses and disposable income as payments to further reduce your loan-to-value ratio. Now, this will effectively streamline your property portfolio to a more secure and conservative level, which will allow you to progress to the 3rd stage of your property investment journey, which we call stage 3, the passive income phase. Now, in this phase, your properties pay you a monthly passive income, or a salary if you want. By the time that you reach this phase, you'll be able to live off the equity and also live off the cash flow that will be generated monthly by your property portfolio. Now, your earned income from your day-to-day job will now be replaced with your passive income, recurring income from your property portfolio. Now, the great thing is you've got options here. You can choose to pay off all the debt and only live from the passive income. If you choose this option, you will forego the benefits of leverage and taxation because there'll be no debt to reduce your income tax liability with. So you might want to then think about that. Now, this is a very conservative option, but still, it's a fantastic position to be in. Why do I say that? Because very few investors actually reach the point of having a multi-million rand asset base and property portfolio at retirement. Or you can choose to pay off a large portion of your property portfolio and achieve a very comfortable level of risk and debt. Now, the aim is for the cash flow to be enough to live from while you still allow yourself access to the equity within your property portfolio so that you can refinance regularly your property portfolio and live off the equity free of taxation. Now, the income in your property portfolio should be enough for you to show a consistent, regular income to the banks and thereby refinance the equity within your property portfolio. Now, this equity that you roll out of your portfolio is tax-free. Why is this? Because it's a loan and nowhere will you ever pay tax on a loan. Now, the tenants pay the interest on the increased loan amount because your rental income rises each and every year, and the growth on your property portfolio ultimately will be more than the equity that you will refinance to live off. So while you're cleverly living from the income and the tax-free equity at retirement, your loan-to-value ratio is still reducing because of the growth of your property portfolio. Now, this simply means that although you've created debt by refinancing, your loan-to-value ratio is less at the end of the year than at the beginning of the year. So you're richer at the end of the year than you were at the beginning of the year. The rule of refinancing is to never take out more equity than the speed at which the capital growth is appreciating and creating equity within your property. Now, this strategy depends on your age at retirement and many other factors. So you need to consult with a tax and financing expert regarding living off equity and living off your rental income at retirement, so you can plan it properly with a proper software program and the experts. Stage 4, the preservation phase, leaving a legacy phase. In this final phase, you'll prepare your wealth legacy for your family or institutions that you wish to support. This is when you can look back at your life and you know that you've made an impact and a difference for generations to come, your heirs and your legatees and your children's children. And you can feel proud of your accomplishments, feel proud about your life and what you've done. Now, this is your time, this is your moment. Make every second count. Invest strategically, invest intelligently, become financially free, and make it your goal to leave a legacy.